It's Way Up with Angela Yee. And you know we love talking about ways to financially empower you, for you to financially empower yourself. Well, today we have Anttwine Foster here from Columbia Bank. And Anttwine, your name is also spelled very unique.
Yes. I promise you, I was a baby when that happened, so I have nothing to do with it, okay?
How do you spell it for people listening?
Anttwine.
Okay.
Anttwine Foster, yes.
Okay, what I just have to ask what the meaning is behind
well, actually, that's a name that my grandfather had.
Okay.
So the same exact spelling, and when I was birthed, I took on that name.
Okay,
well.
nice.
Yes.
Well, it makes you easily Googleable.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so. You can find me.
All right, well, let's talk about your role at Columbia Bank, because I know you've been there for about 14 years now.
Yes. March 10th was actually 14 years for me. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, so tell everybody who's listening how your journey started to where you are today and where you are today.
Okay, perfect. So I started my career in 2010. And I was going to school at the time, and I figured I would pick up a job just so that I can make some extra money. And there was a local Columbia Bank right up the street from me. I applied, and I was hired working out of the South Plainfield location. Mm-hmm. And through that time, I worked in multiple different locations, being promoted, I want to say, every other year, which is a really good thing when it comes to a job that's going to keep you in one area as opposed to advance you. So I see in the future with this company early on. Mm-hmm. And with that being said, it led to my current role, which is a cluster manager. Cluster meaning I manage multiple locations, one in Lyndhurst and one in South Plainfield. Yep. I'm sorry, one in Lyndhurst and one in Saddlebrook. Yep.
Okay. All right. Wow, that is amazing. And let's talk about some of the initiatives, because what I love about Columbia Bank, it is a local bank.
Yes.
Too.
Yes.
And there's a lot of benefits that come with banking local. So can you talk to us about what some of those benefits are?
Okay, so the benefits of banking locally is the fact that we support the community. Mm-hmm. We look at the customer that comes in, and we have this thing called a 5 or 10 minute no typing zone, right? This is where you come inside of our financial institution, and right away we want to learn about you. We want to know the church that you go to. We want to know where you work and if it's local, to see how we can actually contribute in a positive manner to those organizations that stems from you. Mm-hmm. Again, a lot of times when you are at the bigger institutions, it's more like take a number, get in line. Mm-hmm. And here we care about the relationship. Right. We want to meet your children. We want to meet your parents, your friends, family. We want to be referred to them all. So
yeah, that helps a lot, because I want to be comfortable with the person I'm discussing my finances with.
Absolutely.
And
absolutely.
So I want to hear about some of Columbia Bank's products as well, because we're discussing all of this. And as you're meeting people's family, knowing what their situation is, you're in the community, supporting whatever initiatives are going on. What are some specialty products that you guys offer?
Okay, so we have a full suite of products, it encompasses checking, savings, CDs, IRAs, mortgages, home equity loans, auto loans. We have a division of insurance, which is an insurance agency titled RSI.
Okay.
Now, with that being said, the products that I like the most, the checking products, we have a Yield Plus checking for people that carry usually a higher balance and want to earn some interest on that checking account. Mm-hmm. We have a cashback checking. Now, these are for the big spenders. Yeah, I don't know if you are one of these people or not, but these are people that's constantly swiping their card. And for every time that they swipe.
I don't have cash on me ever.
Well, listen.
Which I feel bad about, because I want to tip people sometimes, and I never have cash on me.
That's the Dunkin' Donuts employees. They probably hate the digital world, right?
I know. Even when I park in the gas, I feel bad. I got to start carrying cash more. So, okay, go ahead.
Right. Well, I'm sure if somebody really want to tip, they'll say, hey.
What's your Zelle?
Yeah, exactly. send it electronically. I'll take it. And with that being said, you can't Zelle like a small tip. You better make a purpose to send that Zelle.
I can't be like, here's $5. It's crazy.
And even with that being said, with our checking products, we have Zelle as well attached to them.
Good.
So back to the cashback checking. For every time that you swipe your card, we give an incentive for you spending, and at the end of the month, it's credited to your account.
Oh, nice.
And what I like about this Yield Plus and cashback checking is the fact that we reimburse ATM fees up to a certain limit. Another account that I wanted to talk a little bit about is our bank-on checking. We title it the Forward Checking Account. What I like about this account is, regardless of your age, this account can benefit you.
Okay.
Right? So what I like the most about this account is that there's no minimum balance, no monthly service charges.
Oh, nice.
And there's a little gap in a community with overdraft fees.
I was about to say overdraft is what kills people when there's no minimum balance. Okay.
Exactly. So you don't have to worry about the burden of overdraft fees or keeping a minimum balance inside of the account or a monthly service charge. So I love this product and I stand by this product. And currently with our leading checking accounts, we have a cash bonus promotion that I would encourage everybody to go to columbiabankonline.com just so that they can read up on this cash bonus and hopefully latch on to it. And an interesting part about the cash bonus is the fact that we're offering it right now. The interesting part about the cash bonus is the fact that we're going to give you bonus cash for something that you probably was already going to do, such as have a direct deposit or swipe your debit card. I encourage you, go to our website, read the disclosures, make sure that you qualify. And if you're able to fill the qualifying activity, and it's basically going to be a great product for you. Yep.
I'm a big fan of rewards.
Yes.
By the way, also, because you're right. These are things that you're already doing. So why not benefit from?
Big fan of rewards. So when you come into Jersey.
I know. You know, my parents live in Jersey. I'm in Jersey.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And also, there's no tax when you go shopping at the mall. So I'm a
That's
Jersey
another
frequenter.
Good benefit. Exactly. So if you're in South Plainfield or Lyndhurst, I'm going to give you my business card, okay?
And another thing I want to talk about, and this has been a proven fact, that the younger you open a bank account, the better you'll be with money as you get older.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so they've done research on that.
Yes.
And so for our younger audience or for parents who want to start their kids on that journey early, what do you recommend?
So I'll tell you a funny story, and it's just a really quick story. So when I was young, my mom, she wanted me to be financially sound. Hence, years later, I'm working at a bank.
Good for her.
And with that being said, she used to give me my lunch money in a check.
What?
So I had an account at the time.
And then at
she
that
would give
point,
me my lunch money
crazy.
in a check. I would have to go into the bank, deposit it, and it gave me a full understanding of how banks work. Now, just to segue into my current life, I have 3 children. My oldest daughter, 12 years old. My middle child, she's 5, and my son is 2 years old. And they all have bank accounts right now.
Wow, that's great.
Exactly. And these are kids' accounts where we do a same-day cash bonus. It was available at the time that we established these accounts. So not only am I an employee of Columbia Bank, but I'm also a customer of Columbia Bank, and my children are as well. So with these accounts, me and my wife, we are 100% the signers on the account, but the money is 100% in the child's name.
Right.
And every single birthday that they have or Christmas time, if they ever get a lump sum of cash, we're able to deposit that money inside of their account. My 5-year-old and my 12-year-old, they have the conscious to
like,
actually look at the account. Exactly. And they watch it build, and when they turn of mature age, they'll be able to transition that account into a personal checking account.
What if they're like, I want to buy something?
Right. So again, back to our forward check. All right, you want to buy something? We make sure it's your money, not daddy's money, right? But if they want to buy something, just say my 12-year-old, she's about to turn 13 this August.
Okay.
And with that being said, at this point, we're going to transition her savings account into a forward checking. And with that forward checking, she has the ability to open it at the tender age of 13, as long as her mother or father is a signer on there, which we will be. In addition to that, she gets a debit card. So name one 13, 14-year-old kid that doesn't want to go inside of a mall and swipe their own debit card. So that's a great product that we have and something that we offer for younger children, I would say age 13 on up.
That's great. I wish I would have had the financial knowledge when I was younger that I've had to learn, along the way, because I've definitely had my credit score at rock bottom.
Understood.
Definitely had credit cards I couldn't pay.
Understood.
A lot of things to deal with. Definitely had a lot of overdraft fees. Now, people don't use checks as much nowadays as they do. Can you talk about the digital component of Columbia Bank?
So our digital components, always look at, we're a community bank, but we have the technology of the national banks, right? So we have digital wallets. We talked about Apple Pay and Samsung Pay, where you can actually assign your debit card up for those. But if you take a look at your smartphone, everything that is available is right inside of your device through our mobile app. So anything that you want to do as far as checking your balance, setting up specific alerts for if your balance goes too low or if it goes up, or if you have a new deposit go inside of your account, all of the digital aspects is right through our mobile app. And again, we have electronic payment system as well.
But I do want to always encourage people, use that part because that's easy. But make sure you do go to the bank as well sometimes because I think it's important to also always check and see what services are available to you, how your accounts can be better utilized and things like that. Because I feel like with everything, you should always be checking. I do that with my cable, but I do it with everything. I always see like what services can actually benefit me better financially.
Right. And I completely agree. And then you want somebody on the interior of banking that's always looking out for you. So when you come into the bank, I would say I can speak this. I worked at this company for 14 years. When you come inside of our financial institution, whether it's me at my locations or the next manager, the next universal banker, we have a culture that cares about the person that's in front of us. I'm very passionate about the culture that we have. And basically, when they walk in, we want to set up a platform for you right now. We want to ask you some questions about your future so that we can add value to you. I call it stretch benefits. So we establish something for you right now, but is it going to work for you in the near future? And when the future happens, you make sure you come back and then we can meet you at the next stop.
Now is an important time right now, too. I always am looking at the housing market and what's going on. And you talked about HELOCs. We talk about mortgages. And I think it's important, like, no matter what it is that you decide you want to do, start getting prepared now. So if you decide, I eventually want to buy a house, maybe it's not time for me to do that right now, but it's time for you to start that planning to get into position so that when you find something that you love, your credit score is good enough.
Absolutely.
You have the money saved to be able to put a nice down payment on a home, and you have the reserves left over so when you do finally close, everything is in order. But you guys do have financial literacy courses too, right?
Yes.
So talk about that because I'm always like about education.
Yes.
So it's not just what I know now, but how can I get better? I'm a forever student.
Okay. Well, it's interesting that you use that term because I use that term just as well, a forever student. So we do have financial literacy courses, and they're available to, I would say, high schools, churches, and senior centers, just say. So we don't put ourselves in a realm to say, oh, they're only available for juniors and seniors that's in high school. With the financial literacy programs that we offer, we teach about the latest trends in banking, what to look out for. Just say if you're an elderly person and for some reason on the internet you fell in love with the African prince or something like that, but he's a little short on money. So we actually teach and train on those things and what people should be looking out for. Even when you get possibly a fraudulent email sent over to you, not to click that link, and you may want to do some independent research on that company before you just click the link. And we see a lot of times our elderly is taken advantage of in those manners. But with that being said, like I mentioned before, we expose the latest trends and best practices in banking. We have we talk a little bit about credit utilization and what range you should stay, about where a credit score should be for a particular loan product. We have loan calculators, mortgage amortization schedules. We do retirement planning for someone that's soon to retire, already retired, or someone that just started a job today and may say, hey, how can I put a little extra money away so I can get a tax benefit from that, which more than likely will be a traditional IRA, something of that nature. So those are all of the seminars that we can conduct, and the great part about these seminars is that they're 100% free, and the way that you can get them is by going to a local Columbia bank, speaking with the branch manager. I like to say relationship manager, and they'll coordinate with the community development department, and at that point we'll be able to schedule something right for your location.
And Anttwine, in closing, what would you say is the most rewarding part of your job?
Wow. There's a ton of rewards that I have for my job. But I would say the most rewarding aspect is the referrals that I receive. They say in business, the best compliment that you can get is a referral, right? So a referral to me basically means that somebody was so satisfied with the service that I was able to provide them with, and the financial institution that they are established at, that they want to refer somebody at their job, somebody at their church, their wife, their mother, their children to come bank with us. And when you receive those referrals, obviously I have a job, so I have to make sure that the company is continuously growing.
Mm-hmm.
But when you provide such great service to one individual and they become an ambassador for your organization and for you as an individual, that just pays a dividend because those people are a little bit more warm when they come over to your office. They're
Right.
saying, hey, I'm not going to see anybody but that guy because he took care of my father and I trust my father so much and he spoke highly of that gentleman. So I think that's the most rewarding part. Just receiving client referrals. Yes.
Yeah, that's great because we're also very quick to be like, don't go there. That was terrible. I had a bad experience.
Exactly.
But the flip side of that is when we have an amazing experience, we love to spread the word in the community.
Yes.
All right. Well, again, Columbia Bank. You can count on Columbia.
That's right. Count on Columbia.
And make sure you guys go check out Anttwine Foster. How can people find you specifically?
Well, again, I'm always available at my current offices in Lyndhurst and Saddlebrook, New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
If you go to our website, you can type in Google the zip code. You can set up an appointment with me directly right through the ColumbiaBankOnline.com website, and I'll be at your service.
Thank you. Well, good. I'm glad we have this information. Like I always say, I love doing my Wealth Wednesday. I love talking about finances. Sometimes it can be scary to have those conversations depending on your situation, because I definitely have had some situations. But one of the most important things to do is always go head on into things and be prepared. And
Absolutely.
so I appreciate you for coming through. Again, that is Anttwine Foster. It's Way Up.